Hello everyone, this is Lori from My Garden in Bloom. I garden here in Zone 8B up by Mount Hood in Oregon. You are looking at my biggest bunch of Michaela Miranda. I'm actually going to be making a bunch of bouquets today because we are going to get a lot of rain. I know it's really sunshiny right now, but beginning tomorrow the clouds will come in, and then by Sunday and then for 4 days it's going to rain, like over an inch of rain every day. So that's going to be hard on my dahlias, and we are almost in the middle. We're getting towards the end of September, really. So I'm going to be making bouquets today. They'll be beautiful. Look at this. Look how big these are. Aren't those gorgeous? Ah, fun making bouquets. And some of my snapdragons, they're getting really tall, so the rain's going to be hard on them too. Here's Potomac lavender. And here is one of my favorites, Madam Butterfly Ivory. I have a surprise zinnia here, and I'm a little bit worried about my zinnias too, that they will start getting powdery mildew with all of that rain. I have a bunch of things I'm going to have to take out here. It's getting fall, and again we have the rain coming. Look at this one. This is a la mode. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love that dahlia. I tried dividing the tubers this spring, which is the way that I do my tubers, is in the spring, and it was growing right in between a big root and the sprinkler system. And anyway, I ended up with only one tuber. So hopefully next spring I'll be able to get more tubers off that, because I really do like that dahlia. Here I have some more Michaela Mirandas. Now I hear a hummingbird somewhere. And I have a bunch of my Willy Willies. This whole area here I do have to worry about after the rains. Getting powdery mildew. And right here, I don't know what to do with this. I started some snapdragons. So it was my third succession of snapdragons. I don't know, I might try to put some kind of protective thing over it. And there are my crazy legs. Those are beautiful. Look at how tall. This is a dancing queen. I don't know if these will even get to bloom, how they'll survive the rain. We'll have to see. Okay, let me bring you down here. Of course, the shade garden is going to love all of this rain. It's not going to mind it at all. I have some little Brenna that seeded themselves. I have a couple of them in here. I'm thinking about moving. Hostas. This is a variety of salvia, that has, there's not a lot of them in bloom. The hummingbirds love them. It has dark blue flowers. I don't see any of them really in blue. And there's a Brenna that started from seed. Then I go down and I have the row of dahlias, and I'm sorry, it is just a bright, sunshiny day. Rebecca Lynn, which is wonderful, but I worry with all the rain how heavy it will get on the plants. And my zinnias, I'm a little worried about whether they'll be able to finish blooming. That's a green one, but it doesn't have much green on it. This one already has powdery mildew from the last time we had a heavy rain a couple of weeks ago. There is a way of taking care of that. I just been working a lot. I didn't have time to do it. Rebecca Lynn again. Chujo? Is that how you pronounce this one? It's a cactus dahlia. I plan on dividing my my white phlox in the spring and moving them around. I think that they'll grow a lot better once they're divided. I think I've had them for 3 years. Oh, a bumblebee on the sedum. Sedum is so pretty this time of the year. I'll put it in some of my bouquets. And we have the shade garden and all my impatiens. See, isn't that pretty when I get... Oh, neighbor started up his lawnmower. Isn't that pretty when I get into the shade and you see the variegated hosta? there's the tree that we're going to plant next week. This is a sun patient called Orchid. I always buy these. They're just a annual, but I will always buy them because I just absolutely love them. And look at what is blooming and gorgeous. This is a 2-year-old, what is that called? Stargazer hydrangea. My other hydrangea seems to be finished blooming. Get over here into, look at this. This dahlia is amazing. We're in the shade. Look at how big that is. And I actually, when I divided it, I got like 4 more dahlia plants out of it, and they all grew really good. It's not really tall. It's probably only 2.5 feet tall, and maybe 3 feet wide. Oh, it just blooms and blooms. It's beautiful. I do not know the name of that. If you happen to know the name, could you put it in the comments? And here is my Cafe au lait rose. I have 4 of those blooming and looking really good, so they'll go into my bouquets. This is called Bold Accent. It does not do well in the heavy rain. The plant seems to not do very well, so I'll pick as many as I can. I have 2, 3, but this one's kind of spent, so I won't be able to save this for a bouquet. Well, I might. My phlox and my lobularia. And these 3 dahlias right here, they'll probably suffer a little bit from the rain, but I need to get out and deadhead those a little bit. This one I love. It's so tall though, the rain really does affect it. I might try to tie it up again. I do have it staked up, but I might try tying it up even higher. This is late. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is my dahlia fluffles that I'm not gonna keep it for next year. I have just found that it's not a very good producer of dahlias. Right now I'm just using the greenery for bouquets, for greenery in the bouquets. That's it. And I have to show you the limelight hydrangea is changed almost. I have to get over here out of the sun. There we go, we're out of the sun. It's almost turned into about as dark as it gets before it starts not really being as good for bouquets and stuff like that. In the spring it's green, then it's white, then it is pink, and then it's this pinkish greenish color. Gorgeous. I love this plant. Not as many bees later in the year. In the springtime it's just loaded with bees. So that's the backyard just before the big rainstorm. I have some dahlias out in the front yard that I'm gonna pick today too. I'll probably end up making 4 or 5 bouquets just so that they don't get just rained upon and ruined in the rain. It was bound to come. We all know that summertime is ending and the rain will come, and then a hard frost, and then the dahlias will die back and we'll have to cover them up. I cover mine up with a really thick thing of mulch, and they do just fine. I had around 30 dahlias last year, and probably only 2 or 3 of them didn't make it through the winter. All the rest of them did fine, and I dug them up and I split them. So I have to come out here and enjoy my garden. 2 days from now, it will begin to rain, and it will rain hard. And then after that, like today's supposed to be 78, I bet you after that we have a hard time getting into the 70s. I think after that we'll probably be hitting more like in the 60s if we're lucky. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful time, that you're enjoying this time of the year, taking it in before the rain and the cool weather comes. Enjoy your day. Talk to you soon.